Hey, we are back again. Some of y'all might be thinking, Nate, what's up with your hair? Now, you probably didn't even notice until I said it. You know what's funny? People tend to be so insecure about themselves, but the only reason they are is because they tend to mention something before people even notice it, right? So they get into their own head. I just thought that was funny when I said that. But I haven't taken a shower in over 2 days. It's probably going to be resulting to 4 days because of, if you've seen my recent videos, not necessarily because of a power outage, but so long story short, I was sleeping last night and I woke up at 2:30 in the morning. Now, keep in mind, it was supposed to rain. And, I was dreaming. And when I woke up, I heard water. And I'm like, must be outside. It must be really raining. But then it stood out to me more. And when I started to gain more consciousness from my, waking up, I was like, wait a second, that sounds like it's in the house. So, you know, I'm not used to things happening at nighttime. So I'll be honest, I was a little hesitant going downstairs. I'm like, man, I hope nobody broke in. So I walked downstairs and then I just so happened to turn the lights on. And there is, and I'll show you right now, there's water coming down, like trickling. It's like, and as you'll see, the ceilings, you'll see there's like a hole right there. And then you'll see that whole line going across. And that it even was starting to happen right where the stove is and then into the master bedroom. We got fans in there running right now. But it's crazy because I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. I'm thinking, dude, what the heck do I do? The floor is literally soaked. I mean, it's not like flooded, but it was soaked with water, with as much water that was coming in. So I panic and I'm thinking, all right, my intuition says, call your landlord, try calling her. Again, it's 2:30, almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's awake. So I try calling her, nobody picks up. Then I text all my Houston people that are realtors, and I have one that got back to me, and another gentleman that's a realtor got back to me as well and was like, hey, make sure I turn your water off. I'm thinking in my mind, I don't even know where the water's at. So I called one of my neighbors and she didn't pick up. And then she called me back 5 minutes later and said, Nate, I'll be over. Give me a sec. And was grateful for her. Thank you. Her name's Farzaneh. Grateful for you, Farzaneh, for coming over here and just trying to help. She literally, we had to get our kitchen all, moved it to the living room just to make sure that this didn't fall through. And then the landlord called and the fire smoke alarm was boop, boop, boop. I had to break that to make sure it would stop going off. And it was a heck of an ordeal. And the landlord was like, hey, and again, Houston, Texas, and just Texas, they're not used to having temperatures that are this cold. So these houses aren't built for this, let alone the pipes. So the water pipe broke a significant amount. And matter of fact, we just had a roofer out today and said that there were 2 holes in the roof that might have caused it as well. But the thing is, since Texas isn't used to this, all the plumbers to fix an issue like this, they're all busy. So the landlord told me, she's like, Nate, he's got about 11 houses to go before they get to you. So he might not even be out of here until Friday. And it's Wednesday right now. But anyways, I'm giving you some insight on this because this hasn't happened to me before in my life. For one, I've never stayed in a house. I don't own the house that we're renting, but I've never been in a house, for one, and then to have a significant, severe water leak. Talk about being in an uncomfortable position where you don't know what to do. But immediately I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. I can't do this by myself. So let me call my neighbor. Let me call the people that I know. So again, my neighbor came over, she helped me, and then she called the other neighbor that's like an actual really good handyman. He brought over his shop vac to vacuum the water up, thank goodness. And then he was able to help get the water stopped, brought a mop over, and we were working until like 4:30 in the morning. And he also helped with our generator that wasn't working. And in my mind, I'm thinking, man, This is a situation that can easily be viewed as, why? Why is this happening to me? But I'm looking at it and I'm like, man, I'm grateful that this happened because now I get a chance to experience this. And I know what it's like to experience cold now in Houston. I know what it's like to be in a house by myself and there be a significant water break where the roof literally almost could have caved in. If I didn't wake up, if my soul didn't wake me up, the Lord wake me up, chances are this morning, this whole roof would have been caved in. I mean, the ceiling and all that. So I'm thinking about that. And I'm like, man, what's the lesson to learn in that? And the lesson is like, yo, understand who you have that is already in your network. And sorry, I'm getting notifications. Who you have that is already in your network to help you. And man, take them up on that because we have people in our network, they will help us, but we just don't even ask. And we just don't even think of them for one. But this was a perfect example of that. And then two, you know, it is what it is. You know, there's going to have to be a plumber that comes out to fix this. But it's like, I'm so grateful that I was able to go back to sleep, have all this taken care of, have fans on the ground, making sure the floor is all dry. Because the floor is all dry now. Literally, it's all dry. That floor is dry. Last night it was soaked. And it was such a crazy thing. But anyways, I just wanted to come on here and most importantly, not just give you, of course, value like I normally do, but I wanted to document this as well because when I look back at this years from now, I'm going to have a surreal moment and be like, wow, that's incredible, you know? So anyways, thank you so much. I appreciate all those that have reached out to me and I hope you do amazing. See you on the next one.